Hey, I wanted to do a quick update. I did a breathworks class about 3 days ago, 2 days ago. I don't know what day I'm living on. I work graves. I live during the day. I get sleep anyways. So I just wanted to give an update in regards to the breathworks class that I took the other day. For the people that are involved with breathwork, what a beautiful experience. I have dabbled with breathwork, but more of an at-home type of ordeal, never guided in group. And I must say, if you have the opportunity to do so, do so. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It is relieving. It is amazing. Truly, truly amazing. But I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience with it, being that it seems to be a big portion of what I'm doing, kind of moving things next level for me. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I do have a lot of trauma. I've gone through a whole bunch of stuff and then some, and still going through a lot of stuff. Everybody always has things that we go through. It's part of life. That's how life happens. We don't get to live happy and dandy 24/7, because that would make life so meaningless, completely meaningless. For the people that are currently struggling, props to you. You got this. You are strong. You are amazing, and you will get through today and tomorrow and the next day. Just have to keep on going. Definitely in the last years, I have tried to incorporate mindful meditation and positivity, a lot of positivity, because without positivity, let me tell you, I would have fallen apart a very, very long time ago. It is crucial to stay positive. Of course, understanding and not being oblivious of your surroundings and what's going on. However, being definitely more aware that you have control of your feelings. If you start falling apart on the inside, you will surely fall apart on the outside. It happens. You will notice it with your job situations, with your family relationships, with your personal relationship with your significant other, with your children. The list goes on. Even with your house, with your environment. Anyways, so the reason I did the breathworks class is because I feel like I had a lot of trauma that I know and I understand that I have lived, and I'm okay with it. I am at peace with things that have happened. I truly am. People that I have forgiven, I send them good positivity and energy their way. If they have hurt me, if I have hurt them. But I always felt like I lacked something. Like I didn't, even though I'm a very empathetic person, I always felt like I was lacking something. I've been called cold-hearted and non-caring, and been told that I don't have a heart because. But then again, there's other situations where I am the biggest baby. I cry about like my parents leaving to Mexico. My brother makes fun of me. Don't give him I'm not going to tell him I told you that he makes fun of me for it, but he really does. The thing is, it hurts my feelings knowing that they're away. It's apparently also a trauma thing. Like, I didn't realize that, but it's true. You know, abandonment issues, feeling neglected in love, in time, in a lot of little things, which by all means, it's not the parents' fault. It just happens to happen. We're so used to being in the womb, taken care of, and then all of a sudden we're in the real world. Like, ow. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, back to it. So I feel like I always felt like, with all those things being said, it's not that I believed them externally, but I did. it's cool to be called cold-hearted and like you don't give a crap about certain things. That's cool because you can detach yourself from a lot of situations, which is great. Fantastic. The less drama for me, the better. But truth be told is, I mean, I have feelings. I am a human being. I am very loving. I am very kind. And when we were in the process of doing the breath class, a lot of things were explained to us, you know, the feelings of fear. Just remembering fear is a real feeling, and remember that it's a passive feeling. Overall, you have to understand that you are safe, that you are okay, and that you are in, more than anything, in control. You just have to regain that control if you haven't had it for a while, or if you lack the understanding of you really being in control. And well, yeah, it was an amazing experience to gather my pieces back up that I had left behind in so many stages of my life. From being just a few years back at 37, where I lost control of my life. 37? I'm not 37. 28, 29. To when I, you know, different events of my life where I recognize now I had lacked just understanding that little pieces were left behind. I had an extremely abusive ex-partner that took my life almost. I can't necessarily say how many times. The physical abuse was so bad. And to be honest, with that experience, I never told my family. My best friend knew, and like that was pretty much it. 2 people from his family knew, just because at one point, like, we had gotten to a party where he had literally dragged me out of the house pretty much, and when we got there, threatened me and told me, go and sit down in the booth. And at that point, I was so lost with being in disbelief that I had been that person, that girl that was being abused. And I didn't know how to say anything because I was not the type. So I lost that girl, the woman that I was before that. And I was just so belittled that I didn't realize that I was hurting so much because of that individual. Events that happened earlier that I thought were completely insignificant, but really it helped me realize a lot of the things, a lot of the events that happened in my life that I was in full control of and put myself through, and just continued to leave my little pieces scattered here and there and pretty much everywhere. It helps with reclaiming that energy that is righteously yours, that is part of you, that you get to just call back to you and say, this is me. And all those pieces, let me also add on, I do not regret any of my decisions. I do not regret my past relationships. I do not regret the people that I have interacted with, the conversations, I am grateful for every single thing and every trauma in my life, because today I am here and I am standing strong and proud of who I am. Genuinely, I can say I am proud of who I am. And it is an overwhelming sensation to be able to say that out loud, because I don't remember the last time I was proud of myself. And it's beautiful. It's overwhelming in the most beautiful, cleansing, pure way. And I hope to God that everybody at one point and eventually gets there and hopefully stays in that feeling. But it's hard. It's hard to be proud of yourself when you're not the best mom, when you don't have the best car, when your car's on the verge of breaking down and you're barely making ends meet, or you can't travel and you can't go on a vacation, when you can't be a better daughter, a better sister, a better friend, or even a good enough partner. I can't say the last time I was extremely proud of myself, and I'm proud of myself. Yes, I'm not where I want to be, and that's okay. This is all part of my process, and even if I don't get there one day, I at least want to share the fact that it doesn't necessarily have to be the big house and the dogs and the husband and the kids. It can be understanding how much you have struggled and how much you've overcome, and helping the next person in line, and being a better parent, not the best, but better, and being better every day, not towards just other people, but towards yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. My mom always told me, you gotta love yourself before anybody else. And I thought I understood that, and I thought, oh my goodness, like, I do love myself more than anybody else in the world. No, that is not true. That has not been true for a very, very long time. And it's beautiful to understand that there's pain and there's ugliness that I have that has prevented me from allowing myself to love myself the way I love myself, and understand myself the way I understand myself. And the beautiful, magical thing is that when you learn to be more understanding, more loving toward yourself, and now it kind of clicks a little bit, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm so far off, but to me, the way I see it is, I can love the world, but until I learn to love myself, I can't love the world properly. Just like in a relationship, if you don't love yourself, how do you say that you love your partner? You can't love your kids more than yourself, because yes, I will die for my babies, but it's not the same. I sense gaining the understanding of certain things. I can say I love my kids even deeper than I used to love them, and I show them in different ways way better than I could have when I was not loving myself the way I love myself today. Meaning, now I understand what I lacked. I lacked taking care of that inner child and protecting her and loving her so, so much. That inner child thing, when people used to talk about that before I really got in depth with it, really was like, yeah, I totally get it, I understand it, but get down and humble yourself and ask for help. I have been talking to a therapist, yet again, she's super awesome. I love her. Was not always like that, but I've gained a lot of understandings of my belief system. My belief system wasn't the best, and being told no has really shown me how to love myself, because I thought there was things that were supposed to be a certain way and they're not, which, hello. Yeah, life is such a beautiful mess, and understanding it is, don't try to understand life. Let life happen, but appreciate life and where you are. And the gratitudeness is extremely important. This breathwork class really helped me release a lot of that trauma, see a lot of the things that I didn't see on the surface. And that's okay. I am totally okay with not knowing and learning. And I'm barely learning. So take what I say with like a grain of salt. Take what you need, leave what you don't. This is just my personal experience, and I'm just here to shout that it was a beautiful experience. It was amazing, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, just understanding. And when I was able to release certain traumas from my body, which I could physically feel coming off of my body, I kid you not, I cried. I scream a scream that it was a scream of pain and suffering, of letting go all the crap, excuse my mouth, all the crap that I had cooped up in my body that served me no purpose, that was literally just making me feel heavy, like almost like a full, like when you eat too much food and you're full for the next like 2 days, that kind of heavy. And after that, I was so hungry. Even though I felt empty but full, I felt hungry. And I didn't realize that hunger was not going to go away. All the contraire. I talked to a good friend of mine, and I asked her, because she does these kind of things, and she goes to these kinds of events. I asked her, I feel this this emptiness right here, like in my stomach. It's not like a hungry, it's just like a void. And it's all that stuff that I just had cooped up in energy, and just removing it. And I feel cleaner and lighter. And I kid you not, this might sound ridiculous to a lot of people, but I kid you not, I weigh myself pretty often. Weigh myself extremely often. I have a hard time breaking that 147. Everybody knows my weight. I'm at 147. I got out of there, and I had broken that 147, which the day before I was at 147.9. The week before, the day before, I was at 146.6, which made no sense, because let me tell you, with how hungry I was, I went straight to the taco stand. I literally went straight to the taco stand right after I had myself a couple of tacos, literally a couple, and I was like, okay, I feel better, but I was still hungry. I got home, I looked at my fridge, and I ate heavily, and I was still hungry. The next day is when I weighed myself. No, I had not used the restroom. No, I had not worn something like completely different. I wear pretty much almost the same clothes all the time. Same type of clothing, same type of material. Anyways, yeah, it was, I broke that. And since then, it's been, I feel more aware. I feel more awake. I feel more present. And the people that understand when I say more present, I mean, I genuinely feel so much more grounded. I ground a ton. If we go back through my history on Insta or whatnot, I'm usually outside. I'm usually on the grass. I'm known for even climbing trees because I love being outside. But I've always been pretty here. But it's just a whole different experience. It was beautiful. But anyways, that was my experience with the Breathworks class. I just kind of wanted to tell people because I think it's a magical experience for yourself, for your growth, for your personal spiritual development. It is beautiful. I know that it's been a roller coaster after then. I felt pretty okay the following day, and then yesterday driving home from the bestie's house, because I realize I'm going through a roller coaster, right? But I'm pretty balanced. I'm pretty okay. On my way home from there, I cried because I was so grateful. And I'm going through a lot of things right now that are they're not insignificant, but a lot of financial things are happening right now, and I'm overwhelmed with that. But at the same time, it wasn't even about that. It was just the fact that I understand that there was a weight lifted off of me. That was all the trauma that was cooped up in me, that escaped my body from my feet all the way to the tip of my head. And the gratitude I had is magical and beautiful, because, and I can't find a different word to describe it, as opposed to, as, you know, it's something different other than magical, because it was really an experience of a lifetime. I'm used to being content by having a drink or celebrating that way or going out for food, and feeling complete or wholesome in that sense. But this was a whole different level. This was definitely, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. It was beautiful. Yet again, it was magical. It was intense. And if I could get a recording of that, it probably looks like multiple people are having a freaking exorcism. I cried so much. I can't even explain how much I cried. And yeah. Anyways, yeah, I hope that I am able to experience this again and again and again. And with that also, like, the awareness that I have had that I want more in my life. I do. And I know I've been doing an amazing job compared to where I was, which was literally homeless 3 years ago. Yeah. And having nothing, like literally nothing but what I had on my person. Like, I at one point literally didn't even have a bag to carry. I had what I had on my body. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It makes you realize, like, where you can go, and it made me just genuinely want more. Like, I want to take my kids on a vacation, and I know I'll get there. I just have to work a little bit different than what my mind was capable of doing before. And the fears, like, I was always running off of fears of, I have to do this, because if not, I can't do that. I can't work that way. I mean, I have to an extent. Obviously, we got to start. We got to kind of integrate things to make things work, and do a clean switch off, per se. But yeah, we'll see where life takes us. This journey is a beautiful one, and yet again, I recommend going. And if you have the opportunity to do something like this, go do it. Definitely your aftercare is very important. I'll do another update in about a week, because from what I've been told is a week after, you kind of are able to look from the outside in and look at have a better understanding of everything that you've gone through. This is kind of where I'm at today. And I'll keep you posted on everything else. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. If you could hit that follow button, subscribe. I'm learning how to use this, but I just want to kind of stay in tune with people. And if anybody out there needs a little bit of help or needs somebody to talk to, message in regards to sobriety, in regards to just having a safe place or space, and you're having a hard time, don't feel afraid to send me a message. I'm more than happy to just talk. Anyways, I gotta log off. I have a lot of things to do, as we all. But thank you for listening, and let me know what you think. Let me know if you've had any experiences like this and what your experience was. I would love to know other people's input and experience, because yet again, this is the first time I was able to experience it. So I would love to know more. Any recommendations, anyone to follow, let me know. All right, I love you. Bye.